Yo, good morning. How's it going? So, I got something for you. This. I, this thing is what I was talking about in the last video. So my dad's birthday was upcoming at that time, and I wanted to make something that would be kind of neat and entertaining for the gift opening process. So this is designed to contain a gift, and then help in like its presentation, right? So the gift would go in here. There we go. Let me loosen the top there. In here, right? I removed there's a plate that the gift would sit on. This cap is spring-loaded, and it's got this actuating arm here to help push the cap over to let the springs release it. It has these sets of little arms, which we'll get into in a little bit, that basically, when the motor turns down here at the bottom, which I don't know if you can see super well, but we can do a close-up shot a little later. When the motor turns, these arms expand, and the idea was that it would go ahead and like just rip through the wrapping paper. So in sequence, it should be like, motor turns, these arms expand, and then they kind of cut through the wrapping paper, and then this arm pushes this cap so that it can be released from the springs and pop off. So that was the theory. Let's go ahead and jump into the CAD, and then probably spend a little bit more time with the real model here after that. See you over there. Well, again, you're really just staying here. I'll see you there. Okay, so this is the project, which you can see, pretty well resembles the thing I was holding, although this is a lot smoother because like it's just a simple rendering, right? So let's kind of get into a little bit more about how this thing works, or at least make it a little bit more understandable, I hope, right? So this top bit here was that lid you saw me screwing around with. This bottom bit is that bar that will turn, right? And what we don't see in this CAD right now is there's a threaded rod that I hooked up to a motor, which is also missing from this rendering. That motor would sit right around here, and then it would connect here to the threaded rod, and the threaded rod connects to these plastic pieces with some nuts that I counter screwed together. So basically, like you would throw like a nut on like a threaded screw, right? If you have two of them and then you like counter torque them really hard, they become kind of fixed and locked in place. So I use that to take that threaded rod and then make it a thing that could actually transfer like torque or whatever. So that's the drive mechanism. So yeah, this guy just rotates and lets that go, or this guy rotates and lets that go. Let's try changing our views here a little bit. Let's go for this view. And to be clear, I'm not slicing the model up and changing its shape. I'm just clicking buttons that are allowing me to look at different perspectives in this plane, where I just like ignore like the top half or like the front half of it as I'm looking around. So this thing right here is designed such that when this guy spins from the force of the motor, it will start straightening these guys out, right, as it rotates out, and they'll just kind of poke out. So it's kind of like an unfolding flower knife pokey paper cut, I think. But yeah, hopefully that kind of cleared up a little bit more about what is going on with this. Okay, so for those paying attention at home, you'll be like, Johnny, you said something about it like opening up wrapping paper, this, that, or the other. We didn't quite see that. Well, there's kind of an important reason. So unfortunately, I was a little bit late on getting this project finished. Like I stopped at probably 3/4 of the way through. I'd already put about 8 or 10 hours into the project. But at that time, my dad's birthday party was happening, so I had to just drop it and move. I had intended to go ahead and add a microcontroller in it, so you could like have like an automated opening sequence, something like hold a magnet next to it, and then it would like open itself up. Also, the springs on it, unfortunately, they don't line up quite well. But to be fair, to meet that timeline, I was printing parts before I had fully finished designing it. So like they were out printing on the print beds while I was finishing the design. I was making it as modular as possible to reprint pieces and like hook them back together. And I ran out of time to get that spring mechanism to really properly function because I only had like one shot at it. I went with a very low complexity thing because of that, but it wasn't quite right. So I'll probably revisit this in the future to have something ready for Christmas that would be entertaining, something different because, you know, some people that will be at the Christmas thing will be seeing this video, and I like having surprises. So, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting. If you're watching this, I'm currently in another state. If you're watching it live as it comes out, I'm hanging out with my family, which is totally awesome because I don't usually get to do that. So appreciate y'all, and next video update should be back on the CAD train for the regular part of the project, and I'll see you in a week or right now, depending on who you are. Hi.